Hi and welcome to Pompeii, beach in Positano, Italy, Venice, Verona. Welcome to Chris
and Melinda's
Vacation Adventure and
Devotional.
Have no place to go.
Hi and welcome to Chris
and Melinda's
Vacation Adventure and
Devotional.
And we are in beautiful Venice, Italy, the floating city and city of love. And we're sitting in front of
The Basillica di San Marco.
And we're also in San Marco Square, where we're having, or just finished up, a delicious cappuccino and Americano.
Cafe Americano.
Yeah. So, Chris, why don't you tell everybody what's behind us? Look at that. You can see it from
behind
there.
us is the Basilica of St. Mark, where it is rumored and believed that the actual remains of St. Mark, the apostle, one of the first followers of Jesus, are actually here. They were brought back from the Holy Land during the Crusade times, and the place behind us, the Basilica, actually existed as the private chapel for the Doge of Venezia or Venice. The Doge was the big boss guy back in the day. And then it was opened up as a public place of worship, I think around the year 1000, if I remember my Wikipedia correctly, as the cathedral church for the Archdiocese of Venice. So this has been a place of public worship for at least a millennia, centuries, and
Wow.
here we are.
And so for the next week or so, we're going to chronicle our adventures in Italy, from Venice to Vicenza to Verona to Florence and then to Positano along the Amalfi Coast. And we felt that we would share our vacation adventure with you, but also make it a devotional so that you can be inspired and encouraged in your walk and in your life with Jesus, as we're hoping you learn with us as we share some of our learnings and insights too. So I'm really excited that we're together as husband and wife and travelers, and that we'll be sharing our thoughts with you. So we thought it'd be really great that since we are in front of St. Mark's Basilica, that we would share a thought out of the Gospel of Mark, because we thought that was appropriate.
Yeah, so from Mark's Gospel, there's the story of the poor widow who came and she put 2 very small copper coins worth into the alms bucket. And calling his disciples to him, Jesus says, "Hey, truly I tell you, this poor widow has put more into the treasury than all the others. They all gave out of their wealth, but she, out of her poverty, gave everything that she had." And I think it's really important and interesting to contrast the idea that inside the Basilica there are some of the most priceless works of art, some of the most priceless paintings and ornaments made of pure gold and gems, and it's absolutely breathtaking. But in the midst of all of that, there's a call here to come and worship sacrificially with everything. And you don't have to bring the gold, you don't have to bring the rubies, you don't have to bring the emeralds, as long as it comes from a place of sacrifice.
I think as we were talking before we're shooting this video, was that there was a great sense of worship here, right, Chris? Like this sense of people from all over the world as we, walked over on bridges through the canals, and there was just a sense of wonder and awe and worship in this place.
There really is, yeah. It's a real melting pot. I mean, there are people here from all over the world. And you talk about, you see crosses and statues of saints and beautiful churches, and you could say, there you are, there's the image of God, but then you look at the people who are sharing these little streets and these little bridges and these little canals, walking side by side, and yeah, the image of God is there. We're all created in His image, and so, to wrap this up, the idea of bringing everything you have sacrificially, knowing that you don't have to compare it to the person beside you. You don't have to compare your offering to the person beside you. You just bring whatever you have, whatever you can, and that's a true act of worship.
I love that, and I think that's what God is asking of all of us as sort of a takeaway, is what Chris is saying, to give all that you have. It's not about quantity, but it's in the sacrifice. It's in what is going to cost you, and just your relationship with God. He may ask you for things that may not seem big or might seem insignificant to others, but for you and your personal relationship, that's key. And so I hope that you're encouraged. We're going to continue on our devotional the next days, so we hope you stay tuned. But thanks for being with us in beautiful Venice, and we hope you stay tuned for the next one. We'll see you later.
See you next time.
Oh,
in the next place.
In the next place. But what do you say in Italian? Goodbye?
Arrivederci.
Arrivederci. Bye-bye.